Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about endocrine system. In this portion, we will be discussing what are the general features and the definitions, then different types of hormones, functions of this endocrine system, what are the components of endocrine system, then the chemical structures of the hormones, homeostasis, control of endocrine activity, regulation of hormone secretion, transport and distribution of hormones, mechanism of action of these hormones, regulation of hormone receptors. First, let's discuss what are the general features of endocrine system. The first thing is endocrine glands are ductless and endocrine glands have a rich supply of blood. Hormones produced by endocrine glands are secreted into the bloodstream. Hormones travels through the blood to the target cells close by or far away from point of secretions. Hormone receptors are specific binding sites on the target cell. Now let's see some important definitions of endocrine system. What is endocrine? Endo means within. It is a system which controls body functions through hormones, and it is composed of number of glands. Then these glands are specialized tissues that produce a hormone. See, when we discuss about this endocrine glands, here we can see the thalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid and parathyroid gland, thymus glands, adrenal glands, pancreas, ovaries and testes. What is a hormone? Hormones are the chemical messengers. They are organic chemical messengers which are produced and secreted by endocrine cells into the bloodstream. So here, hormones will be secreted by this endocrine cells into the bloodstreams. Then these hormones regulate, integrate, and control a wide range of physiological functions. What are endocrine glands? Endocrine glands are, as we said before, these are ductless glands comprised of endocrine cells. It means that these glands do not have ducts that lead to outside of the body. For example, sweat glands are not endocrine glands. They are instead exocrine glands because sweat glands have that duct that lead to the outside surface to our skin. That's how the sweat get out. The fact that endocrine glands are ductless mean that these glands secrete the hormones directly to the bloodstream instead of to the outside of the body. Now let's see what are the target cells. Target cells refers to the cell that contains specific receptors. See, hormones will be released from this endocrine glands. They will be directly transported to the bloodstream. From the bloodstream, they will go to the target cells. In this target cells, there will be specific receptors for a particular hormone. Once a hormone binds to the receptor on a target cell, a series of cellular events unfold that eventually impact gene expression and protein synthesis. What is a hormone receptor? Hormone receptors are binding sites on the target cell. As we said before, there will be a target cell. There, our receptors will be attached. So, this hormone receptors are the binding sites which will be present on the target cell, either on the surface or the cytoplasm or nucleus of the target cell. So, it can be either on the surface, cytoplasm, or nucleus of the target cell. They are activated only when specific hormone bind to them. See, every hormone cannot go and bind to this hormone receptors. These hormone receptors will accept only their specific hormones. Then only they will bind with them. If a hormone does not or cannot bind to its receptor, then no physiologic effects result. See, here we can see the growth hormone and growth hormone bound to the receptor. There will be a cell that is called as target cell. There this growth hormone will go, and this in this target cell there will be a specific receptor. This hormone will go and bind with this receptors. Now let's see what are the types of hormones. Hormones are mainly two types: steroid hormones and protein hormones. Mainly we can classify into two. In case of steroid hormones, they all are derived from cholesterol. But whereas in case of protein hormones, they are made up of amino acid. Examples for steroid hormones: testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids. Then steroids can cross the plasma membrane. Where in case of protein membrane, examples, protein hormones, examples are insulin, hypothalamus signaling hormones. Protein hormones cannot cross the plasma membrane. Now let's see the chemical structure of the hormone. See, there are two general classes for the hormones. First one is water soluble, second one is lipid soluble. Water solubles are polar. Examples for water soluble hormones are proteins, glycoproteins, polypeptides, amino acid derivatives. Lipid soluble hormones, they are non-polar, steroids, amino acid derivatives, and fatty acid. Different classes have different mechanism of action, different mode of transports through the body, and differing stability in the circulation. Now let's see the examples of water-soluble hormones, where in case of proteins, growth hormone, prolactin, and insulins are water-soluble hormones. That too comes under protein. Glycoprotein, follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, luteinizing hormone, that is LH, and thyroid-stimulating hormone, that is TSH. Polypeptides, arginine, vasopressin, oxytocin, somatostatin. Amino acid derivatives, epinephrine and melatonin. Now let's see some examples for lipid-soluble hormones. Steroids, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, glucocorticoids, and mineralocorticoids. While in case of amino acid derivatives, thyroid hormones T3 and T4. Fatty acid, prostaglandins, and thromboxanes. Now let's see classes of hormones. See, steroid versus peptide hormones. Hormones, as we discussed before, hormones falls into two general classes based on their molecular structure and synthesis. First one is steroid hormones, second one is peptide hormones. Steroid hormones are derived from this cholesterol, and they are produced by the gonads and adrenal cortex. Thyroid hormones are not steroids, but will be categorized with steroids for simplicity. Steroid hormones are made from cholesterol in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria of endocrine cells.